Hello, Memorial Day. Think about it. What does it mean? What does it mean to you? What does it mean to me? What does it mean to the society? Is it just a holiday? To many, they don't know. There's memorials going around, people making speeches and saying nice things. But these people gave their lives for a cause, for a reason. They gave their lives to protect the United States of America, its as a sovereign country and its constitution. They gave their lives to do that, regardless of what war it is. The revolutionary was forming this country, but it wasn't a country yet. They were fighting for it. It was a revolution against the Brits. Civil War, North against the South. Why on earth will we have such carnage? And for what reason? But people gave their lives to fight for what they believed. In this case, the Union won in the Civil War. They defeated the Confederate States of America. There's debate whether or not the Confederate States of America was actually a country or not at the time. And they debate about everything, so there's no reason why it wouldn't be debated. But Decoration Day was previously the Memorial Day of today, but it was created after the Civil War to honor the Union dead. And people need to understand so many things about that conflict, which feed into today's world. But the understanding of Memorial Day and people who join the service are putting their lives on the line. They're putting their lives in harm's way just by joining the service. When you join the service, yes, you can, you know, join up and be an airman or a drone pilot or something and not be right there on the front line. But you are there. You are trained to do certain things. And in the Marine Corps, you were an infantryman first and last. Your rifle's your life. These are important features of being in service. It was a job that once you signed up, you couldn't get out of. No breaking contract unless you wanted to go to jail. It was tough. During Vietnam, there was a conscript where people were drafted to go into the war. Same with World War II. And even in the Civil War, when they first started, there wasn't any conscription. People volunteered and they joined up, either to save the Union or to fight for the government that promoted slavery. Now that's a mixed bag there when we talk about that, but it's there. South talks now about states' rights and all that, but then you wonder about what's happening in the South with states' rights. But anyway, the point is that people signed up, put themselves in harm's way, and really increased their risk of death. They knew that. When I joined up, I knew that. I didn't dwell on it though. But even in my young head, I knew that You don't put a rifle in somebody's hand and go in there and say, okay, learn how to shoot for no reason other than to have fun shooting some bullets on a target. No, you are there to shoot to kill. That's the idea. And your adversary was there to shoot to kill. That's their idea. But we are not memorializing the shooting and the killing. We are memorializing the sacrifice that people have given to protect this country and its Constitution. All of its Constitution. Memorial Day is important. And it's not so important that you have to go and, to some band playing somewhere, or listen to a current speech or whatever. And heaven knows, I don't even know what kind of politics will run into this thing. I've seen some things already. They're doing politics on Memorial Day. And some of the individuals who have been in the military and what they did and how they served are being mocked. People in this political world don't really care one iota. Now, there is honor. Don't get me wrong. People do have honor in their hearts. They do honor the idea of service. But it's clouded over. We can't cloud it over. The people who died for this country died for, an important reason. Some people say to keep us free. Some people, whatever the tagline is at the moment. But they died because war is a part of this world. We have to protect our sovereignty. We have to protect those who we have agreed to protect, just like you protect your family. You make treaties, you make these agreements, you send troopies over there to do the fighting. You protect others. It's not just you. You are a part of the world. But service people are a part of a bigger community. They have to go where there's danger. And they have sacrificed their lives in some cases. They've also sacrificed much more. Those who have not died but have lived and had their arms and legs amputated, major internal wounds, and have to live with the rest of their lives. They've had chemical issues, mental issues. It shows it doesn't stop there. It's not just the fact that they gave their lives. They gave of themselves in so many ways. And people, some, uplift the veteran, uplift the military. Others put them down. And I go to C.S. Lewis quite a bit. And even during World War II, he gave a speech to a pacifist society. 1940. Brits are getting creamed over there. There were pacifists over there, just like there were pacifists in the Revolutionary War, the Quakers and all the other religious leaders who did not see or did not want to have war. Turn the other cheek, Christ said. Remember the fallen. They're people who give everything. They didn't want to give it all. Nobody goes into the service and say, yeah, I'm going to go die for this country. That's nuts. You don't believe you're going to die. In some cases, in some situations, you pretty much know. And you only come out of it because you were not chosen that day. But in the majority, you don't go into it for that reason. It's a sickness that people have that turn these issues, these things that have value and honor and cause, into political statements instead of just honoring the deceased, honoring the dead, honoring what they gave, honoring the families who suffered because they're lost. And then it changes because of political rhetoric, because of political partisanship. Don't let that happen. Don't let that happen. Understand that these people gave their lives for you, for me, for their government, and they were people of courage. They were flawed. Many of them were flawed, but they gave it all. They were part of it. Remember that. So this Memorial Day, think about it a little bit and try to stay away from the partisanship and all this other nonsense that's out there, because I've seen some of these things and it's sad. That's the reason I did this clip. Mocking people. For what? Sad. I don't care who you are, what you are. Respect those who have given their all to help protect you, and respect what they were protecting. Respect what they're protecting. Make it better. Don't just knock it down. Make it better. Founding fathers were way back when. They knew some things they didn't know at all. Believe me, or believe them. They even said it. They were not given ultimate knowledge. They were men trying to create something. And what they created is something that people in this country have died for. Respect it. Respect the institution. Respect the three branches of government. It's not perfect by any means, but respect it. These people died for that. Protect you. Obey the law. It's not always pleasant to obey the law, and sometimes you might have to challenge the law. I understand it, but in the main, you respect the law. Honor it. It is wrong to go above because one or two or three or 10 people convince you otherwise. No. All those people who have died in the past did it for a reason. Memorial Day.